Hello everyone, my name is Cam and I hope you are all doing well today. Welcome back to another eFootball video. So, I have been away for the past few days. One of my closest friends got married, so congratulations to him. But in that time, whilst I've been away, eFootball released in its demo form on the 30th of September. I myself have had more time to play this build of the game and, well, let's be honest, it's not great, is it? As you all know, I played a more advanced build a few weeks ago, and despite me playing a more advanced build, the core is essentially the same. The advanced build does not have a better crowd in terms of the models or a better atmosphere. The grass is still the same. Now, with defending the L2 exploit that is currently in the public build, if someone didn't find out about that exploit, I probably wouldn't have been able to defend. I don't know if the exploit remains in the later build, but I don't see why it wouldn't, as the core is the same. Same with graphics. Don't expect photorealism in terms of the graphics from what we read in articles, because at this moment, the whole game is a watered down vision of what we all expected when the first teaser trailer came out last year. Also, if you do want to watch my earlier impressions on eFootball, if you are interested, it is on my channel. Not like that is relevant anymore. But this game is so poor that it makes PES 2021 look good. And that game has its flaws, no doubt. But there was a good base that could have been built upon. And it's the same with PES 2013. That game for me had a great base, and obviously it was totally different in the next installment with PES 14 with the engine change. PES 2014 was a disaster for its time, but with data packs the game ended up being alright, but still nowhere near the standards of PES 2013. Fast forward to today, the amount of work that has been put into getting to this point again has now been washed away with this eFootball Day 1 release. There was a lot of signs prior to release that this game is behind in giving the fans a good football game. The online performance test, there was barely any promotion for the game. Obviously, I was not given any B-roll footage despite an extended delay. A microtransaction pre-order bundle was available with no gameplay for the community. And one of the biggest signs of greed was attempting to release this on the worldwide launch of FIFA 22. Like you're going to use FIFA to mask this disaster of a launch. In fact, it's kind of backfired on you, Konami. Gaming in the past 20 years has changed, and majority of games nowadays have microtransactions rooted into the core. But also the standards and reception of games are much more critical in 2021. eFootball for me has been the worst launch in the history of Konami releasing a football video game. It's bare bones, it's beyond simplified, and the new features are just swept under the rug due to how bad the game is to the core. Now, despite the game apparently being built with consoles in mind first, I can't help but feel that this game actually leads to favour mobile users. The user interface, is so simplified, it almost looks like the current menu for PES Mobile. I was also concerned about the tactics in my impressions video because obviously, me being an offline player, how can I set up my team in Master League to my own playstyle when there is only 5 playstyles? Well, you can't. It's limited, it's lifeless, and it's almost its own entity, despite majority of the animations being ported over from a game that had a decent base. We as a community deserve so much better than this release. We have sat through 2 years of Konami football games, which is PES 2020 and PES 2021, with the only difference being roster updates and slight tweaks. A game we had to buy again for an extra year because development was going towards the next generation of PES. I myself supported the season update move despite me not liking PES 2020 because the past 2 engines or platform changes obviously went wrong. I wanted this game to succeed. In fact, I wanted to play a new football video game, which was something fresh and something that was promised to be next gen. But this eFootball launch that we have now is a disgrace. A few months ago, I made a video called Dear Konami, from an offline player because the lack of clarity for offline was worrying. And that still remains because with a watered down product, I feel Master League is going to be average with a high price point. I did get the question asked about Master League when I tested the game, that Master League will not be repurchasable every year, but now the worry is that the game mode won't be updated every year. Also, to anyone who pre-ordered the microtransaction pre-order bundle and you feel hard done by Konami, you can request to get a refund via PlayStation support. Do not give Konami another penny until they give you a product worthy of waiting for. This day one release is a disgrace. The greed that has been forced upon by Konami is blowing them straight back at them for this launch. They deserve everything that is currently being thrown at them for the years of lies and promises and how unethical they are for promoting a microtransaction bundle before any kind of footage that was released to the public. And not to mention the scripting that has plagued this game for many of years. The only redeeming quality about eFootball is that it's free, because if this was a paid release, it would certainly be protested to be removed. That's why it's probably free, because this is a bundle of bugs and glitches that they can get away with via a free-to-play release. Also, another thing that really confuses me is that according to the Steam database, this version of the game is from June. And guess what? The features like sharp kicks, especially the shooting command of sharp kicks, was actually present in the online performance test beta. So I just don't understand why something that we've already tried back out in June or July was present then, but it's not present now. There are obvious issues going on, but surely someone must have tested this before it was submitted to be released, because the quality control of this game it's probably one of the worst I've seen in quite some time. The bugs in this game are incredibly bad. And as you have all seen, it is the worst rated game on Steam. Like Muta has said, if you go onto the Steam page for eFootball and scroll down, majority of the images are bugs, and it's painfully laughable. Just before I go, I would like to say that your mindfulness is more important than letting a game make you feel this way. And I'm saying this because I feel that I am generally a positive person and I hate feeding into negativity, but being a fan of this franchise for over 20 years and playing this, it feels like a massive slap in the face to anyone who believed we could have had a football game that represents anything that was mentioned in articles or past promises that were made. Play something that makes you happy, play something that is fun, that is engaging. Doesn't matter what genre it is, just go and have fun with your friends, because this game is not worth being disappointed over. Going forward, my channel will undergo a small rebrand, nothing major, but away from PES or eFootball. The content will also switch up. No longer will this channel be exclusive to eFootball. That's basically what I've been doing my content on for the past 3 years of being a content creator. And I hope you understand why I'm doing this, but I am fed up with waiting for the future of Konami's video games when it's just the same old bullshit every year of just telling us to be patient and wait for the next gen version of the game. I CBA, I just want to upload and play what makes me happy. So in that, to end this, everyone who is watching this, know your worth, play what makes you happy, and Konami, stop using your greed to destroy the only respectable IP you have left, which is currently being buried, whilst taking your community for granted, which has been super loyal to you. Anyway, my name is Cam, take care, and I will see you all in the next one.